Hello, everybody. Good to see you from the front instead of the back. Um, obviously, there's a lot going on in the U.S. at the federal level. We've already heard from somebody in New York, so you've heard a little bit about the state level. What we will talk about, just to give you a little sort of hit list from the FTC, and then we'll talk about a couple of important issues, but can't really hit everything. In terms of what's been important to the FTC, my colleague Amy Mudge will talk a little bit about what's been going on with social media and the endorsements and testimonials rule. So I don't have to talk about that. We've talked about reviews at the Europe meeting, but the use of the endorsements and testimonials rule to regulate the posting of consumer reviews and the need to disclose when the consumer reviewed free products or compensation, the FTC has continued to look at that, and that's been important. In addition, the Consumer Review Fairness Act of 2016, there is now enforcement as of the end of 2017, and there have already been some investigations opened into enforcement of that law. So that's very important in terms of obviously the disclosure is important, but also any attempts to try to tamp down on open and fair disclosure, contractual clauses that say you may not, honestly disclose, that sort of thing, are something to watch out for in contracts. In addition, the FTC is looking closely at health claims, whether they are supported by evidence. In addition to the typical weight loss claims, and we can fight cancer, that sort of thing, there's been a strong emphasis now on we can cure opioid addiction and that sort of thing, which is a very big issue here in the US right now. Green marketing, we've seen the first organic case. Data security and consumer privacy, we've seen the first 3 cases under the Privacy Shield law for false claims about compliance with the Privacy Shield law, and the agreement between the EU and the US that facilitates passing personal information back and forth between those jurisdictions. And also debt collection and claims involving financial injury to consumers. An interesting case involving those pop-ups you get on your computer that say, oh, you have there's been a breach. You need to contact us at this number and we can fix your computer, that sort of malware. The FTC went after those sorts of evildoers, thank goodness. So the use of endorsements and seals. Seals and certifications are obviously very important. We all know about the importance of self-regulation in the advertising field, particularly in the US and a variety of other countries. There's also self-regulation and certification in a variety of other areas, but it can really be a problem when you have false certifications and false seals. This is something where also the FTC uses that endorsements and testimonials rule, where we have Section 255.5 of the FTC Act that says that where there is a connection between the endorser and the seller of a product that might materially affect the weight or credibility of the enforcement, that connection must be materially disclosed. One of those material connections may be that the company that's awarding a seal or certification is actually connected to the company that is being recommended. So the FTC has brought a number of cases, you can see 5 listed there, that involve the misleading use of a seal that made it sound like the seal was awarded by a qualified third party when in fact it was not. You can see that Dr. Trusted. There was also a case involving the Trampoline Safety Society of America, or Trampoline Safety of America, that was supposed to be a third-party organization involved in the evaluation of trampolines and major trampoline distributors. In fact, they were not independent. There were not structural engineers and trampoline distributors involved, so the FTC went after that. Another issue, ROSCA, the Restoring Online Shoppers' Confidence in Enforcement Act, that requires clear and conspicuous disclosure of material terms and obtaining informed consent before charging, and then providing a mechanism for stopping charges and honoring it. There's an estate equivalent that is effective. It was modified effective July of 2018. California has brought a variety of very expensive lawsuits to enforce that law, and so it's important to be available. These are the get a free gift of, and then it triggers. You give your credit card up front, and then you're charged forever and ever for whatever product you didn't know you were buying in the first place. So very strong enforcement against that. Something to watch out for. And I think I've run out of time here, so I'm going to stop here, and you can ask me about the use of cease and desist letters as viral opportunities.